The greatest obstacle to growth, to transformation, and to ultimately having the life that we want comes down to one main quality. And this quality is resistance. This quality stops opportunity from coming into our lives, and it stops us from growing beyond what we currently are and having what we want more of. A great teacher, which I quote a lot, said, "Show me your results and I'll tell you how you think." So if we're not satisfied with our results, it's probably because of the way that we think and the way that we feel, which is often informed by, actually always informed, I think, by our beliefs. There could be some exceptions there. Let me give you some examples of myself and how I've been resistant for most of my life. A lot of the times when something new would come into my world, a new idea, a new relationship, or something fresh, I didn't like it because I was so insecure about who I was. So for me, my resistance was born of, if I really am honest with myself, not feeling safe in the world. And I was a deeply insecure person. I still have plenty of insecurities that I'm just a little bit more comfortable with. But there was so much going on inside of me that I didn't want to reveal to other people. I pushed a lot of things away. I was not open to different opportunities or friendships. I actually wasn't very open to different ideas that people had about the world. A recent example that's kind of light and a little bit funny and maybe not that serious was I went to the dentist a couple of years ago and they were telling me how important it is to use a water pick because I had a gum issue going on. And I was like, I don't need a water pick. I do fine. And they were like, the dentist was kind of like, okay, it might help you. And I was kind of like, whatever. And the belief I had was that I was better than that. I didn't need this newfangled device. Oh my God, I sound like my grandfather. Anyway, I didn't feel like I needed it. It was fine. I was fine. I would find other solutions. I can't even remember what I was so resistant about. Anyway, I got one and I freaking love this thing. I do it twice a day. I went into the dentist the other week. They said my gums look great. I was going to need a surgery that was going to cost like $10,000 is what another orthodontist told me. And they were like, you don't need a surgery. Are you comfortable? And I was like, yeah. They were like, is there any pain or sensitivity? I was like, no. They were like, what did you do? And I was like, I use a water pick. And they were like, that's great. We highly recommend those. So anyway, kind of a light example. I can't even remember exactly why I was resistant to it, but it was basically that I was pretty righteous about myself, and honestly I think I was just insecure about it and thinking that I could just be fine doing it myself. That's a pattern for me, as you can kind of tell in my life, is I'll do it by myself. I can do it fine. I don't need anyone. I don't need anything. That sort of lone wolf sort of idea. You have your own, probably flavor of that, I'm sure, the opposite of it, that you need people or depend on people, which I kind of do, but I'm too insecure to admit, except for you, apparently. So all this to say, if you want to radically transform your life, look at how you might be resistant to different feedback that you're getting from people, from circumstances, or from life itself. Rest assured, if you're getting the same lesson again and again and again in your life through different relationships, through different direct feedback, maybe from partners or romantic partners or friends. They say that you're kind of stubborn, or, have you been open to this? And you can notice people trying to tiptoe around you to give you different information. You're probably resistant to the lesson or to the teaching that life is offering to you. And I can assure you that on the other side of that teaching, of just being open to seeing things from that perspective of people that know you well, or circumstances that know you well, circumstances can know you actually better than people can. And they can teach you, in honestly some ways, more than people can, because there's not a personality in the way. All this to say, I know plenty of people that get the same kind of feedback over and over and over again. And what they say, literally or figuratively, is, no thanks, I'm good this way. And people are kind of like, I don't know if you're good. It looks kind of painful over there, and you're not getting actually what you want. And the person's kind of like, no, that's not my experience. No, I don't think so. That's not true. And there's just so much no first. So one thing to break through this resistance pattern is just to start saying, yes, thank you. Yes, thank you, right? I'll consider that. Thank you. Yes. Gratitude is a antidote, a disperser of resistance, as is connection, as is openness, as is just saying the word yes. There's this old Jim Carrey movie called Yes Man. Fantastic film. I mean, not the best made film, but really beautiful in a way, and exemplifies the power of yes and the antidote to the resistance, right? People that are highly focused on being resistant create resistance in their lives. People that are highly conflicted have a lot of conflict in their lives. We become what we think about most of the time. So if we are a very resistant person, we're going to experience a lot of resistance in our lives. You'll see this in parents and young people. Young people, teenagers especially, who are very resistant, who are very stubborn, often those qualities come from their parents. And parents, in a lot of cases, it's very difficult for them to look inside themselves and take ownership for how they have a certain quality or habit or pattern going on inside of them, and it's also in their kids. And what's fantastically magic around parent dynamics, I'll put on my clinician hat for a minute, is that when parents transform and they start to see like, wow, I can actually be really stubborn and resistant, and all these things that I'm seeing in my kid, I can be like that in my own way all the time, then magically their kid transforms. I mean, it's literally magic, So if you have a teenager, by the way, or a parent, maybe I'll do another video on parents and teenagers. It's one thing that I'm really good at and have a high competency in. You can share that. One piece of feedback is that whatever you see your young person struggling with, let's keep it on topic here with resistance, look inside and see how you can be resistant in your own unique way. Because when we transform that energy inside of us, then there is less for that young person to resonate with, to attract with, and to express. All right, we took a little journey there into the world of parent and family dynamics, and now let's get back to the greatest obstacle of growth, which is resistance. So the more that you can say yes, the more that you can say thank you, the more that you can soften and receive feedback, even if the feedback isn't 100% right, harvest the nuggets of growth within what people are telling you. And they may not tell you directly, especially your kids. Listen to what your kids say. Now, they don't know everything, but they know a lot, and they know you. They may not be able to articulate it well, but your people in your life know you. So listen to them. One of the most courageous things I've seen people do, and I've done this before in my life, is sit down and ask somebody, what are the 3 qualities of my personality that you see limit me in the most impactful way? What are the 3 qualities of my personality that you see create the most limitation inside of me and stop me from getting what I want? Whoa, that's a powerful question. And you'll be blown away by what people say to you. And usually they'll say 80% will be the same 3 qualities of what they say. So if you want to take your transformation to the next level, ask some people that know you very well that question, and wow, you will get some nuggets there. All right. So focus on saying yes, on saying thank you, on being open to possibilities, open to feedback. If you really want your results in your life to change, if you want to have more stuff, if you want to be happier, if you want to be more peaceful, more joyful, if you want to be a way that you're not, focus on saying yes, saying thank you, and being grateful. And then also noticing how you can be resistant at times, what that might be about, right? It's okay. It's all right. It's all good. You got this. All my best.